Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live here from the GAMA convention in Reno, Nevada, bringing you all the board game coverage from throughout the week. Let's get some introductions out of the way. As usual, I'm Matt, and I'm joined here with Alex from Eagle Gryphon Games. How you doing today,
How's
Alex?
it going, Matt? Good, good.
All right, so I know I just asked you this, but our microphones weren't on, so how's the con treating you so far?
It's been fantastic. GAMA's always a great event, so lots of great people here, and love it every time.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit more about yourself and Eagle Gryphon Games.
Yeah, so as I said, my name is Alex Seward, and I'm the CEO of Eagle Gryphon Games. I've been running the company about a year and a half now. We started as a small family business in 2005. Before that, some of you probably knew the company as Eagle Games, which was started by Glenn Drover, and he's still a good friend and colleague of mine. We're actually working on a design right now together that we'll be talking about next year, so I'm very excited about that. But as I said, I've been running the company about a year now, and we're still making family games. Some of our more popular ones are Ink and Gold and For Sale. They're in the Gryphon Bookshelf series. And this
what
one
is the Gryphon Bookshelf series, if you don't mind me interrupting you?
Yeah, no, not at all. So I'm glad you asked. The Gryphon Bookshelf series is kind of how we started, again, trying to get out to the new gamers and the families and give them something that's easy to chew on at first. So rules being a big issue sometimes, trying to get through the rules to play the game. That's
Definitely.
always
trying to
the challenge,
things
right?
Nice and streamlined and easy to get your feet wet with.
Exactly, because we all want to get down to just playing the game. So
absolutely, that's where the fun is.
Exactly. So Gryphon Bookshelf series allows you to do that. They're all teachable in about 5 to 10 minutes and playable in 20 to 30. So good icebreaker games if you are a gamer and you're sitting down to play 4 or 5 hours of games at a games night. These will work for that while you're still waiting for people to show up. They also, of course, will work for everybody who's new to the industry and getting into it as a gamer. That's really the idea of this line.
Producing good gateway games to get newbies really set into the field and
Correct.
Seeing all the cool content that is in the board gaming industry.
Correct, exactly. So soon to join the Gryphon Bookshelf series here is Fleet the Dice Game. We'll be doing a Kickstarter on Fleet coming up now in about 2 weeks, end of this month.
Oh, so right around the corner.
Yeah, right around the corner. And it's a game designed by Ben Pinchback and Matt Riddle, same guys who brought you Fleet the card game. So they've done another one now. It's in the same world as Fleet. So the premise is you are a deep sea fisherman, and you have discovered this Arctic bay that has been unfounded so far, and it's full of just tons of fish, bountiful source of fish. So you're all going in basically starting with one boat and one license, and you're trying to become the most prestigious fisherman in Ridgeback Bay, as it's known, by the end of the game. So it's a simple yet very elegant and fun roll and write. I haven't played any myself like it. I enjoy it very much. You're really just rolling dice as a group. You're pulling from the same pool of dice, and then you're choosing all of your options on the board here, which there are a lot of. And depending on,
we're doing a dice drafting mechanism.
Correct.
Here. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. And then the strategy really comes into what options you decide to pick once you've chosen your dice. So, and that will predict kind of your strategy over the game. It will also influence what other people are doing, and their actions will influence you. It is a solo game. There's a solo variant in there. There's really no reason why, since you're just keeping track of final score, that you can't continue to try to optimize the best strategy and find kind of the best way to score that ideal perfect score at the end of the game. So
very cool. I know there's a lot of games that I wish that there would be more stuff with the solo variant, with the solitaire mode. And
Absolutely.
It's very nice to see a game coming to market that has that involved, just because there's a lot of times where you just want to play a game and you might not have people around that want to play, or don't even necessarily want to play the game that you want to play. So it's pretty cool that I could just pick it up off the shelf, slap it down on the table, and play at my own leisure.
Yeah, we feel that way too at Eagle Gryphon Games, and we're trying to cater to that audience by including solo variants in most of our games now.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit more about this game. What would be your favorite aspect of this game? What's really something that you find super interesting about this that might not be prevalent in a lot of the other games that are out there now?
Okay. Well, I do love the scoring board here and all the options you have over on the town side, is what we call it, the market, the harbor, the wharf. They add, again, a lot of strategy to the game. So for me, I enjoy that depth of strategy and yet a very simple to learn and play game. That's where it's at for me. The premise is great. It fits with the world that we've produced before, just flawlessly. So.
Very cool. And so I know you said that this is coming to Kickstarter in just about 2 weeks now.
That's correct.
Do you have an estimated delivery that this is going to be available for the backers, or is that still being finalized as we're speaking?
So we plan to launch on Kickstarter April 27th, and we're hoping to deliver always within a year is our promise. I'm actually hoping to have it to Gen Con, but no promises there.
That would be the ideal, though,
Yes, hopefully by estimate at the very least this year, and that should be when they can expect it.
Very cool. And do we have a price point set for this yet, or is that still being finalized?
That is still being determined, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so is there anything else at Eagle Gryphon that you would like to talk about? Anything coming through the pipeline that maybe I can get some hashtag spoilers from you on? Or
Absolutely, yeah. I'd love to talk about the future plans for this year and going forward. We have a very heavy release schedule this year, so we're gonna be going into Fleet the Dice game. Then you're gonna see a game called Infamous, which some of you might have seen advertisements about already. It's by Hassan Lopez. He did Clockwork Wars originally, so we're very excited about that. Rob Gilroy is doing the art for that, and there's a very well-known comic book artist.
Absolutely.
So there's some gorgeous illustrations in that one, and that will be coming to Kickstarter in about 50 days.
So you're teeing them up right after each other. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We've been really busy developing over the last 12 months, so I've got a lot of fun new games to show everybody this year.
So how much are you actually ramping up from last year to this year? What, if off the top of your head, or unless you have the exact number, how many games did Eagle Gryphon release last year?
Last year, I don't have the exact figure, but I want to say between 6 and 8.
Okay, and this year you're looking to do upwards of that?
I wouldn't say we're ramping up. We're doing our Kickstarters, but toward the end of the year, the last 6 months, they're really not going to release until 2019. So the releases you can expect to see are Scarlet Pimpernel, which we just finished our Kickstarter on. Some of you may be familiar with that, and Infamous, which I was just talking about. You will see Fleet the Dice game, of course. Titan Dice will be coming in as well. And our final release of the year will be at S, and that'll be Vital Lacerda's new game, Escape Plan. So, and you know, we love working with Vital. We've kind of branched out, I wouldn't say out of, but we've branched out from the family games that are still at our core into more of the heavy strategy games like Gallerist and Vinos and Lisboa with Vital. So
getting the roots spreading into the other areas of the board gaming industry, but maintaining the family principles at the core of it.
Precisely.
Very
precisely.
Cool. So if you had to pick one of the upcoming releases from Eagle Gryphon that you really are the most excited for, which one would that be?
Well, I'm definitely excited about Vital's Escape Plan. That's going to be fun. It's going to be a little different than his other games. A little more available to the really hardcore gamers. So it's still heavy strategy, but not quite the scale of Lisboa and his previous games with us. So that's the one I'm very excited about. We also have some stuff in the pipeline for 2019 that we're trying to get a head start on, and I'm looking forward to talking about that stuff later this year, but there's some really good ones there too. So
fantastic. Now, is there anything else you wanted to talk about today while we had you here in the, I was going to say studio, but the hotel room?
No, just want to give a shout out to everybody who's supported Eagle Gryphon over the years. You know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So thanking the fans out there, and thanking all the industry colleagues and you, Matt, for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it as well.
Absolutely.
And thank you all for watching at home. Stay tuned for more coverage coming throughout the day today from the GAMA convention here in Reno, Nevada. Stay tuned. I'm Matt. Thanks again, Alex.
Take care. Yeah, thank you.